Game on, ladies.
Woo!
Welcome to Shattered Stars, session 50.
Yay!
Pretty sure it's 49 point.
It's all about waving my wang around.
It's a little bit of 49.5. But it's technically 50.
Schlong.
I'll draw porn or something.
Draw a palm.
Buttercup.
Never search for Miss Piggy face masks on the internet, by the way, because there is some really disturbing shit that comes up instead of Miss Piggy. If you go on
deep end, didn't you?
If you go on Facebook, I posted a picture of it earlier on the stuff that came up. You can see it.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I've seen some creepy stuff with Woody from Toy Story.
See, that's disturbing too.
Creepy Woody.
Such creepy.
Anyway, I am Lockhart, your GM, playing the cohort Alex. To my right, we have Thing.
Hello! I am Thing. I am playing Gorum, the half-orc fighter.
Hooray!
To Thing's right, we have Heather.
My name is Heather, and I play Arrow on the Wind, the Zen Archer. Human.
To Heather's right, we have Lindsay.
I am playing myself, which is Juniper Shade, and is a tiefling who is kind of kick-ass and awesome right now.
Fantastically awesome.
I'm superhero support though, aren't I?
Yes.
We're all kind of superheroes.
No. Yesterday I was purely superhero support. I was good at it, but I was superhero support.
Well, but it's kind of like that Tony Stark way. You're giving other people their Iron Man suits so they get even better.
Good team.
But I want some recognition. Damn
You
it.
do have recognition. You have my affection and love.
You're one of the most recognizable members of the party.
True. It's all the horns and the tail. And the
And
wings.
the leeches.
And the leeches.
And to Lindsay's right, we have Hal.
Hello, I'm playing Damiir Greycastle, the Oracle of Battle, who very rarely gets into battle right now.
And last but not least, we have the creepy head of Vecna, who's recording this so you can watch and listen.
Yes, fear his power.
I'm always impressed with that head.
Thanks.
I mean,
Heather likes a good head.
I wasn't going there. I was being nice and polite.
Or an evil
I'm
head.
gonna go there.
I know where
Hi,
you
dear.
sleep.
Not just
Mister.
filthy.
Yes, you do.
Moving on quickly, please. Let's move on right now.
So when we last left off, the party had finished off the giants and Ettins that had kind of taken over and, if not just slaughtered the village themselves, assisted or were at least sleeping soundly on the remains of horrible battle and slaughter.
Yesterday was a good day for us. I have a feeling that we're going to pay for it now, because we're going to have, like, the shittiest look ever. Timora or somebody's going to...
Timora.
Dice Karma.
Timora is the goddess of luck, right?
In a different setting.
Yeah, I thought it was. That's why I stopped myself. I was like...
Where's the look god? Is there a look god in Pathfinder?
Cade and Kaelin a bit.
Yeah, I guess. It's good and Kaelin.
I almost got carried away and sounded like I knew what I was talking about as well.
I think one of his nicknames is the Lucky Drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's my nickname sometimes.
A lucky drunk.
Juniper's enjoying some Victor tequila.
Woo!
There you go.
Victory ale.
So yes, some 400 feet down the road, you're able to see the structure of the Windsong Abbey.
Has Gorum shrank yet?
He'll probably shrink at this point because it's been a few minutes.
cold.
Actually,
Yeah, we did some searching.
Sorry, man, I had to be honest.
Oh, back to 5'1".
It was good while it lasted last episode, so.
So you can see the from the center of the abbey rises the 150-foot tall lighthouse, which appears to be made of white marble, you would guess.
It's gonna be a bitch when it gets stained.
While a fair amount of the abbey is still intact, there are two noticeable sections that have suffered some major damage. One part of it, on the let's just bring this up again here so I can kind of have an idea. That northernmost outcropping of the building has basically there's still the base of white stone around it, but it's been blackened, and there's just this frame of wood and stuff that appears to have been quite tall before whatever fire took it down. And just aside from the stone base wall around it, it's just cinders and ash. Next, the bottom right corner below the main gate of the road there appears to be some building house that's just been smashed. The stone and brickwork cracked and shattered and piled around it.
Cool.
Is that a dock to the south?
Oh, I guess there is a little dock. I didn't notice that.
I'm all about where extra soldiers can come from, Lockhart.
There does appear to be a bit of a dock. No sign of any boats, however.
Very good.
It's a dry dock.
It's a dry dock.
All right. I believe there was some question about people trying to learn more about the Abbey or something. If people want to try and recall in their highly learned brains more about it or something.
I've got no applicable skills for this, really. I guess I have knowledge religion, if that would be applicable.
Let me see. I'm thinking more of a knowledge history, to be honest.
Okay. I know I have knowledge local, but let me see. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I have knowledge history, I think.
Yeah, you got from the head.
From the something, yes.
Did the text get smaller?
What?
Did the text get smaller on these?
Take your glasses off?
Oh yeah. No, I'll put my
21, Lockhart, on knowledge history.
I have history. I should have just rolled it. I can't see it right now. Hang on. I got 20. It's good, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, louder praise for the please. Thank you.
Yes.
After yesterday and all the happy and praising, I'm gonna go through withdrawal symptoms if you all go back to normal. Did I just yawl like properly without any irony?
Yawl.
Yawl, I did, didn't I? God damn.
So I think I can't recall what I think in general this would have been built around 700 years ago.
Ooh.
A group of priests founded it after they were frustrated by the machinations of politicians in matters of faith. It was always intended to be a neutral ground for the adherents of diverse beliefs. So it was created for the 21 most widespread faiths of the Inner Sea to meet and discuss religion, current events, and philosophy, where all beliefs were considered equal and all forms of violence between rival cults prohibited. And it's been at one point or another...
Question.
Yes?
Aren't clerics supposed to be wise?
Yes?
Didn't they figure out that shit was a bad idea?
Well, I mean, it actually worked fairly well, generally.
Is that like taking all the bad artifacts and putting them in one dungeon?
Exactly. Clearly, because now it's on fire. I mean, it seems to have worked dead good.
What's the current problem with it again? Remind me.
The current problem is basically
Because
that
everybody's dead and the giants are eating people.
Okay.
yes, this force of giants and other creatures kind of came out of nowhere and attacked it. That was a couple weeks ago, from what you can tell.
Okay.
Red caps.
But yeah, basically every religion has served there at the past, except for the cult of Ravagug.
Do they have a representative?
There are priests of Ravagug, but they've never taken part in it.
Because they don't believe in, like, organized religion per se.
Yeah, that's probably part of it, and they probably just don't believe in the whole no violence against other rival cult things.
Does that mean we have like Zonkathun and
Yes.
Gathoa and all of those guys
Yes.
here?
Yeah.
Creepy.
And of
Asmodeus?
course, Grotus.
All the major 21. Not Grotus. Grotus isn't a major one.
Oh. I just remember him from the Mad Priest guy.
Yes.
Zonkathun is a twisted FOG.
It's just like Pinhead, but not quite as good.
In general, things went good for quite a time. However, after Eridan's death about 100 years ago, which caused the madness in several priests, especially those of Pharasma, as well as former priests of Eridan. Basically, there's a fairly well-known boogeyman tale that says one of the priests went mad and just killed all the others and fled into the nearby mountains where he still lurks to this day.
Fled. Sorry.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Sorry, no. I don't know. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. It's an instinctual thing sometimes. I don't mean to do it.
And
It's okay.
I was probably wrong.
basically, it's essentially a boogeyman type thing. Called a monster called Rickle Peaks is the name of the priest, they say.
Boogie boogie.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's an awesome name.
Boogie boogie.
But
No, Rickle Peaks is an awesome name.
It almost sounds like fun.
regardless, despite this supposed tale, the priest or the temple has lived on, though never in as much power and prestige as they once had. Usually, it's been handled by the number of priests you can count on one hand. And I think
Sounds very like England, actually. England's approach to religion right now.
if you did want to make knowledge local checks, you could. Is it knowledge local? What's appropriate for having more present day knowledge?
Geography?
Geography or local.
I have local.
I have neither.
I'm gonna roll local
I
anyway.
got nothing on
I'm a
that.
smattering of.
I got 14 on local.
I got 21 on local.
Screw you, asshole.
Okay. Both Juniper and Gorum, from talking to, the couple temples you went to in Magnamar, recall that you gathered that there were 5 full-time priests at Windsong Abbey at the last known point before the attack. And the faiths represented were one of Desna, one of Aristil, one of Gosra, one of Nethys, and one of Zonkathun.
Okay, I'm not currently writing that down, so if anybody actually needs to know that,
That's
they
just
might want
on Cthulhu.
to write it down themselves, because I'm currently covered in Sharpie.
Is that information we need to know?
I don't know.
It's information you do know.
Okay, let me write it down.
Normally I try and keep up and write things down like that, but
One more time, Lockhart.
I'm covered in
Desna,
Sharpie.
Eskel,
A cleric of
Cross talk! Thank you.
of Desna,
Yes.
Aristil,
Yes.
Gosra,
Gosra?
Gosra,
The sky and the water.
yes, nature deity.
Yeah.
Nethys,
Yes.
and Zonkathun.
So that's what was there at the time.
Yes.
Told you Hal was grumpy.
Not grumpy, just trying to hear what Lockhart was saying. Sorry.
And you were somewhat asked. You did speak with one of the clerics of Desna and Magnamar, who said the name of the Desnan
It
cleric.
was Casimir Asmerin.
Yes.
Don't say I don't take notes. Feel my
No,
power.
you don't take notes. You've probably got the adventure stat right next to you, right?
Notes. Here they are. Notes.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's probably a thing that has the.
No, Thing doesn't need it. He's got the PDF on his screen.
Yesterday's notes include round by round what everybody did. Began casting Enlarge on Gorum. Enlarge went off after 3 hill giants and an Etin died.
Ooh, look at that. It's like a story.
It is. It's
Little,
like a diary, right?
I like that.
Very nice.
I believe back in the day it would have been called a travelogue.
Travel log. Now it's called a blog. It's a lifestyle blog, y'all.
Yow.
Y'all.
Yow.
All right. So, is there anything else you wish to think about and discuss amongst each other before you attempt to approach, or is there anything you want to do?
I think we need to discuss tactics for approach, because it looks
Yeah.
like it's a big empty-ass space.
Did we need
So
to,
whatever we're going to do, it's probably going to see us coming, right?
do we need to do any, like, retreating and resting and resetting or anything? I guess we don't really, do we? Although we did... It seemed like we did a lot yesterday. Or whenever
It was
the
a
last
very
game was.
big combat. I'm just going to say in regards to that, there's currently no alarm that you can hear or notice from the skirmish you have with the giants, which would have been fairly noticeable.
They may assume the giants are keeping people away and not be keeping careful watch.
And just checking here. What time of day did we believe it was? What time of day did you had you attempted to approach the village?
I was under the impression it was like mid-morning.
I just thought it was... We'd got up and we'd wandered over, and so it was probably like... Yeah, probably like mid-morning-ish, maybe.
Say it's getting on towards noon by now, maybe.
Sounds good.
So yes, it's talk amongst yourselves, ask any questions you wish that I might be able to answer or require checks for, and decide how you wish to approach.
So we have a
appear to be down about 50 hit point or 60 hit points from the last battle.
wuss bag. We got. Hold on. We'll fix you.
That would be what we would do. We wouldn't go... we wouldn't go straight forward if one of us was, like,
Damiir, ouchie.
missing an arm.
Poor thing. Ouchie indeed.
He's armless.
I don't know whether my sheet is up to date for my actual equipment. I think my actual online one has my most up to date equipment, which I need to copy off because I was starting to use it and then failed to use it. Or rather, it failed to allow me to use it.
The poor craftsman that blames his tools.
Really? You can't roll on it either, so...
I think, unfortunately, it's just the fact that we have had sheets on here for a while, and they've just done so many things. Some artifact carried over, and we can't figure it out.
No. It's kind of sad. Ah! I knew I had a Wand of Cure Light. I will Wand of Cure Light the crap out of him until he's healed.
Fair enough. Roll it. Count off the charges.
I could have done that too. What does
If-
that mean? I didn't.
If we're talking about what we could do to find out, I can turn people invisible. And Arrow, you're really, really fast. I could turn you invisible and you could run around and look at the whole place and see if there's a better way in.
9, 8, 3, counting thing. 8.
9, 8, 3, 8.
How you
How did
doing?
you get so fast? Can you jump really far too? Can you
7.
even fly? Juniper can fly, you know.
That's because I'm a bird. No, I'm not a bird.
That's probably good.
Am I a Pingu in this?
6 charges.
No, a Pingu.
Pingus are funnier.
It's not a Pingu, is it? That's it. This is what happens.
Life.
This is what happens when I game a really long session, go to bed, don't sleep that day, and then play again. I'm going to be
That's my Pingu noise.
bonkers, people. I'm going to be bonkers.
Everyone should go online and watch Pingu Takes a Piss. Because it's a thing.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
I'm scared.
Pingu Takes a Piss.
Kids TV thing.
There's one where he drinks lots of pop and he needs to pee, and then he pees and Pingu takes piss. It makes no sense. It's Scandinavian, so that explains a lot of that, I think.
I always thought it was like Canadian for ages.
I kind of thought it was Canadian too, because it's
I-
honestly been on our TVs quite a bit.
I smell Scandinavia all over it. It smells like the Moomins to me.
I love the Moomins.
Everyone should love the Moomins. Did I sell the Orb of Consumption? Because it seems to be on both of my sheets. I think I did.
No. Sorry, you did sell it,
I
yes.
thought so. I need to take it off my sheet.
Pretty sure that was sold in the big.
I think so too. I think it was. The big sell-off. I think we're good. Okay, so what's the plan? We want to try and make Arrow invisible and send her ahead of everybody else?
Yeah,
That's something
I
Alex has
could be a
suggested.
scout, but it's a suggestion.
Ah, sounds like a good one to me.
True, you can check for traps that way. Good work.
Well, I would recommend not going inside the building unless you absolutely have to. But scouting for an entrance other than the main gate might be a good idea.
I understand.
I'm currently learning semaphore, so you can. Oh no, I can't. If I can't see you, never mind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. That'd be funny. You could pass messages and not get any back.
Take
Yeah.
this walkie-talkie we bought in that village.
Yes, this
Snake!
walkie-talkie. It's amazing. Thank you for the walkie-talkie.
Be all
Is-
solid Metal
are you
Gear up
pointing
in
to
here.
Alex, who talks when she walks?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we only got the one.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Squelch.
it
So-
seems to be the only plan.
All right.
Well, not that I'm complaining or anything.
It's not the only plan. It's just the only plan we're telling you.
Oh.
Yep, I went there.
What's the other plans, Juniper?
Burn. Yeah.
Well, once she gets 30 feet down the road, we circle around the back of the abbey and jump off the cliff.
Wait.
It's actually your surprise birthday party.
Yay! I like surprises.
Oh no, wait, we missed it. Sorry, you'll have to wait till next year.
Let's go. Make it happen.
Okay. So
We'll
Alex,
hole up here and have lunch.
What? How do we get to that?
What?
'Cause
Are you?
Alex is going to go and we're going to wait here, I think was what Hal meant.
Roast
Want
it.
Alex to go?
I think it's, oh, not Alex. Arrow. I keep getting them muddled up. Sorry. Too
They
many
both
A
have
words.
the-
Too many A words, and they're both like kind of played by
syllables.
you two.
It's.
Yes.
I understand.
So
Damiir,
Alex.
what's,
I'm easily confused.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
oh, Damiir, what's less objectionable for lunch? Etten or Hill Giant?
Hill Giant.
I think Etten, they're less kind of humanoid.
Hill Giant. I want Hill Giant heart for dinner.
Really?
Yes. I'll
God,
be
that's
full for
damn.
days.
Let's eat the whole one. You'll never eat a whole one.
Leftovers rock.
Well, I'll cut out the pancreas until it's the heart, yeah.
Nice.
Can I,
Okay.
can I harvest some bones and make some
Make
bone
a force save.
armor for myself?
Prion disease.
What?
Make a fort save
I want
for
to. I
prion
want,
disease.
I want to
Nice.
harvest some for myself. Some bone, maybe the patella.
Okay. So Alex casts invisibility on Arrow.
That's why I'm getting confused because it's two A people doing things to each other. Never mind.
All the things you're
Ouch,
doing.
go wow wow.
Oh, the shipping.
So, Arrow will be invisible for 11 minutes, provided she doesn't take any violent action against another creature.
See, that's why I can't do invisibility very often because literally breathing is a violent activity as far as my body's concerned. So it just immediately reappears again. That's my story anyway.
So,
When you do that, Lockhart, you make me feel like you're chastising me.
when I say so,
When I say something that's like a funny, like stupid, ridiculous, off-topic joke, and then you just ignore it and go, so, you make me feel like I've behaved badly, and I feel like I need to apologize. I'm very sorry.
I don't want to stop that, but at the same time, I kind of need to be pushing the game forward at times.
It's okay. I don't mind if you upset me. It's fine.
You don't.
She's used to it.
Oh.
Lockhart, this building just inside the wall here where those giants were hiding,
Yeah.
is it reasonably intact?
See, my husband just did it to me as well.
Sorry, sweetheart.
All of the buildings that have a full roof and don't look like they're burnt are reasonably intact.
Actually, this T-shaped building that Arrow's next to looks interesting. Let's go hole up in there and wait for her. That should give us at least an eyeball on kind of the castle in case something bad goes down.
You can find a window or something facing the abbey.
Yeah, we'll rotate watches through it until she gets back.
That sounds fair.
What happened with Gorum's hit points?
They vanished apparently.
How come you're at 7 thing?
Oh, because rather than +7, I did
Oops, I was casting the wrong spell. That was harm. Oh my god.
Did you not do the math properly?
There.
Harm. Oops.
Or at all?
Well, sneezed while trying to cast heal.
Silly boy.
Okay.
Oh, everyone's
Really
laughing at that now.
distracted.
They're laughing at Thing. Thing is favoured above me. I cry. I saw.
So, as Arrow approaches, though half destroyed by the recent assaults, Windsong Abbey still retains a significant portion of its structure intact. The ground floor of the building is made of large, well-squared sandstone blocks, quarried from the surrounding cliffs, you believe. Blah, 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 blah. With the exception of the 2 destroyed quarters, would that be on the inside? I guess it. The upper floors are reinforced with carved terracotta wall veneers.
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
surviving pitched roofs of the abbey are similarly tiled and topped by a forest of decorative steeples and brooches, which rise on slender pillars from the underlying stone structure. The stone walls rising from the foundations have just a few arrow slit openings here and there, while the timber-framed structures atop them are abundantly windowed with stained glass. Yeah.
Well, those arrow slits did them well.
Was there pictures or stories in the this same class? Are they depicting any scenes?
They do appear to be mostly religious symbolism and such, imitating holy symbols, and perhaps some of them are situations where the different deities are working together, but they are quite high up on the rooftop areas.
Okay.
It's a bit difficult to see from the ground floor.
Okay.
So of course, Arrow's the one checking things out.
Okay. Sorry.
So Arrow's doing a quick runabout.
Do I need to do a perception check?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Load up my page.
And I'm going to move us to another big map.
Hooray, a new map. Look at us, we found a new map.
Maybe I'll be able to look at the screen a bit longer because it won't flicker with the stupid size bits.
It's
Just giving
hopefully a
me-
little smaller, but still pretty big.
It's alright. I managed yesterday. It didn't actually give me too bad a headache. It just won't stay. Like every time I move my mouse, it would like zoom in and zoom out kind of thing. It was like it was teetering on the edge of a mouse click. Strangely.
Okay, there's a blackness. It's the new blackness, Lockhart.
The
Black is really
If you
black.
search around, there should be quite a bit revealed.
Oh, hang on, it's massive.
Just the exterior, yeah.
I'm guessing we're
It's
we're
a
coming
very
in
large
from
structure.
we're coming in from the right.
Where the
Uh,
door
you
was.
So the front gate's open.
Yes. Just give me a second here, but
Looks
yes,
like a lot
you'll
of
s-
rubble and shizwang over here. Maybe we better get in through the wall there.
that's what I mentioned is anyway.
Yeah.
To avoid all the murder holes.
Well, just to avoid going in the front gate, which was obviously the way they'd expect you to go. Probably. Unless they'd expect you to go a different way, you know?
So if I may, you do approach from the right, where the road will lead directly to the gates. Which is here. Yes. Oh, you zoomed way out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I could see everything.
Fair enough. Yeah, you might want to do that for the viewers as well. How just zoom way out. To get the
I've
overall-
zoomed as far out as possible.
Fair enough. So that should give you the most of the structure.
Oh, maybe not quite as far out as possible. There we go. I'm way out now. Way out.
I can see like the side of the bit. I can see like 2 or 3 boxes of the bottom green. I can see like some wiggly things on one side and just black on the top. It's like that's how far out it has to be, and
The darkness.
and I don't have my glasses on, which is probably why I can't really see much. Let me put them
So-
back on again.
As Alex approached the front gates, the main entrance of the abbey opens into the middle of an enormous gatehouse. A monumental archway, 20 feet wide and almost as tall, allows passage under the bulk of the structure into the abbey courtyard to the west. A A great wood and iron outer gate has been battered down, one massive leaf partially open, the other unhinged and lying on the stone-paved floor. Fragments of stained glass lie scattered over the ground.
I'll be sitting this one out then.
So
Uh,
basically, a good chunk of the building is condemned.
Not quite, no. It's just the doors have been battered down by
Ah.
force.
It's like Corpus Christi.
So which direction does Arrow head to circle around the structure? Are you going clockwise or counterclockwise?
Winter shins.
Widdershins.
Widdershins.
Okay, so you head to the south, and you're able to see firsthand the destroyed section where the sandstone blocks and brickwork have just fallen and been smashed to pieces. Here's where I have to flip around a little.
Destroyed sections sound good.
Right?
Unless they're unstable and drop huge chunks of rocks on you when you come through.
Oh.
Arrow is impressed by the damage, but also fairly worried.
It would take like 3 volleys of arrows for you to do that much damage.
Oh, true, but
Okay. So, just from looking, it's still fairly high mounds of rubble, but it just, the outer wall of it is just completely obliterated. There's beams sticking out, shards of stained glass. It is possible to climb over the rubble and get inside if one wants to use this as a way of entry.
could she peek into the building, or...
You could climb over some rubble and peek in if you'd like.
Okay.
Make me a stealth check. And take a -4 for the rubble. Or, let's see. Were you able to fact? No, you just pressed it. So you got 21. That is. Well, you would have gotten.
Only a peek. 'Cause I am scout.
So let's see here. I will reveal some area then as you peek over.
Looks like some baddies.
Did I? Yeah, that's a good reveal, right? I didn't miss any small square somewhere.
Yeah, that's good.
So yes, it appears to have been, the inside was once a magnificent cathedral from what you can tell, with some pews and stuff that are smashed under rocks now. The space inside is clogged with rubble. There's splashes of dried blood and fragments of flesh and bone that lie throughout the ruined chamber. There are also 2 creatures that are floating about, wriggling in view.
Wriggling? Are they beholders? What is that?
They look like this.
Eee!
They appear to be masses of floating intestines tangled around a fanged mouth. The tips
I
of
can't,
their
I can't even
claws-
say either of those words, so...
Nyagoth isn't too difficult.
Nyagoth.
Clip
Well,
off.
I would have gone Nyogoth.
Nyagoth.
I nearly
The
said
tips
Nyquil.
of its coils also end in toothy maws.
Nice.
Mwah.
Clip off?
Clip off.
That looks like one of those parasites you see in a vet office.
These are like
So-
otherworldly entities, aren't they? They're abominations or whatever.
Crap,
the hell they
crap in
are.
your pants probably doesn't make you visible.
I
at
don't
least.
believe Arrow has knowledge of planes to check if they're outer-worldly things.
That would be a me skill, and I'm not there.
I think I could.
Just give me 1 second. I need to check something.
think it's common sense that that's an otherworldly thing.
Yeah, I would be tempted to agree with that.
You mean how well they see invisible?
Okay, just looking at it almost makes your mind quiver and is just
Oh, they're gribbly.
you almost feel sick just barely looking at it, and they're not currently aware of you as far as you can tell, or maybe they just don't care.
Do I need to take another stealth check to climb back down?
Yes.
I think you might want to take tell us to take our anxiety meds though. Because we're gonna die.
Take a good, strong swig of alcohol before you approach that.
Your check. Okay.
So 4 minus 30 is...
You
The
believe
26.
you're fairly stealthy as you work your way back down the rubble. Where do you continue
so
from?
quietly.
Where do you continue from there?
I continue west.
Okay. So you'll continue, and you'll be able to see in this. Oops. This
Zoom it
area
out.
is where, in what you would guess is a second or third floor of the building, there appears to be a bridge extending in an arch over to where there is a tower built out of the sea.
Is it the bridge enclosed or is it open?
I do believe it is enclosed.
Are there windows into it, or is it like arrow slits only?
Do. It is enclosed. However, there is some magnificent decorations of stained glass windows on the east and west walls.
Oh, so it's got glass. Okay, I got you.
I'd be ashamed to break it.
Is stained glass worth anything if it depicts something of interest?
The problem would be transporting it, keeping that intact. But it could be worth something if one were to try and break it down and loot from the place. That might go against one of the quests you're kind of accepted of, kind of kicking the monsters out and helping to restore the abbey, but
Monsters
that is
broke
up
it.
to
The
you.
monster did it. Yeah.
I'm alignment fluid. I've decided. I have an alignment fluid.
Alignment fluid.
I'm not saying you can't do it, I'm just pointing out what it might run counter to it.
No, that was actually a genuine out of character question. Sorry, I didn't know whether stained glass type things would be.
Well, I just don't see why they'd be worth as much as any other art, so they'd certainly have value to them. They just strike me as something that's not easily transported.
The dark lines that you see in stained glass, that's lead.
Yeah.
Typically.
I'm a hatter. I'm all about the mercury anyway. I'm screwed. So
Yeah.
the more the merrier, and all that.
Anyway, with Arrow's keen eyes, she's able to see that the windows depict wonderful landscapes of the outer plains and the home of the gods of Galarion.
They're still in one piece.
They're still in one piece.
I'm impressed.
Especially some of the higher portions, aside from the point of entry and where there appears to be a fire that destroyed the upper level, a lot of it seems relatively intact. So,
Sturdy place. Onward.
Onward it is. You round the cliffside, following it, heading up north along the western wall.
I hope she doesn't go too far on her own.
No,
If she gets into trouble, we can't really do anything.
She's invisible and speedy, but
She's still on her own. If she bumps into something and it starts a fight with her, we're not gonna know.
That is correct.
Don't do it.
But I want to be thorough for my new team.
Well, yeah. But you know how pissed off we'll be if you die.
Don't die.
Like, no, our sniper's down. Damn it!
We won't even cry at your funeral burial body being put in a bag of
Well,
holding.
you've barely known me for 2 days. I mean, I'd be surprised if you did.
We normally make very, very quick, deep bonds with people, being thrown in to this kind of life with them, my hearties.
We do.
I appreciate that. I felt that in my heart.
Just don't die and have a funeral like they made me go through for whatever that stupid character was, where I got upset and like cried.
Aww.
Don't even, no, it was ridiculous. I'm lame.
I have character empathy too. Oh man.
I don't. I just have empathy when Hal's putting on the sad little voice that happens to be the same voice my dog has. It's just mean.
As Arrow approaches along the western back of the Abbey, there's a good walkway between the cliff's edge, but it's still not a lot of room. She begins to see where there's a few large trees, as well as what appears to be a 50-foot-high vaulted passage that runs through a gap between the western buildings of the Abbey here. I believe I've directed you on the map to be able to see where it is. I'll reveal just a little more if...
I can see you asking about by that tree there, Lockhart.
They're funky looking trees.
So there appears to be a somewhat narrow passage.
She could ease her way a little bit
I
further.
suppose I should add maybe Arrow's token to the map, shall I?
Perhaps.
Oh, there's an arrow.
I'm on ruler mode.
Rule them all.
Yes.
So, another perception check?
If you wish. Are you entering in and peering into the passage?
Peering into, not quite officially entering.
Only as far as the dispel invisibility is.
My voice is way too mousy
Whoa.
for this woman.
That's perceivy.
All right.
Looks like a door.
Indeed, you're able to see a door, and actually a bit further, as it appears to be hanging partially open.
How inviting.
Sounds suspicious.
So, following
How tracky.
Damir's instruction,
Sorry, that's where you'd have to be to see. But anyway, go on.
following Damir's suggestion, I'm going to not enter the building unless I absolutely have to, and right now I don't have to.
No.
I think that's a
So
good
I'm
choice.
going to continue north.
Okay.
Well, that would make sense.
You're able to continue north past the trees until you get to basically you're able to complete the circuit without any other real noticeable thing in particular.
And nothing crawling in the trees or anything?
No, nothing in the trees.
Okay.
Go through the graveyard.
If you want, you'll take a quick jog through the graveyard, and it's a bit despoiled actually. Almost every holy symbol and reverence engraving on stones have been smashed or scratched at, and many rude and poorly spelt, crude slurs and stuff are written on most of the tombstones, or some are just completely ignored. There don't appear to be any fresh graves, but nothing in particular around here either.
It's a shame. Arrow may not know what all these religions are, but she knows that the sacred ground has been defaced.
Those horrible desecrators or desiccators or one of them words.
So,
Alright.
Unless you wish to further explore or check out a particular section or something, you're free to head back to the others to report if you wish.
Yeah,
Up to you.
I'll continue north and east.
Does
So
one
you're
of
with
us
the-
need to go and like check, like not follow her, and obviously we can't see her if she's not doing anything, but kind of sort of check behind so that we can see that nothing has happened, if that makes sense?
No. Check behind where?
Like
how-
we know which direction she was going,
Yeah.
potentially, so we can kind of be aware that she's obviously still fine because she hasn't reappeared or
Yeah.
isn't running towards us.
We're looking out the window to see if there's any trouble.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
We're on watch, so we should be okay.
okay, sorry.
That's fine. There's no
Shouldn't-
visible trouble as you wait with bated breath. Though Arrow is quite fast, so she probably does this in under 5 minutes.
5 minutes is a long time when you're expecting somebody to come screaming back.
But there is no
Probably.
screaming. So, probably there's the door suddenly opens to nothing.
I have found nothing.
Nothing? Not a thing?
Oh,
I-
wait.
I more meant the house the party's in. The door suddenly opens and no one's there because she's still invisible. You need to say, "Hey, Gorum, let me pinch you
Hey,
so I can
kill it!"
invisible." Sorry, go on, roleplay.
Someone punch me.
We can't punch you, we can't see
You have to
you.
punch someone else.
Oh, I have to punch them.
It'll fade off in a few minutes.
can you punch yourself? Would that work with invisibility?
We can find
No, I
you if
am
you
not another creature.
be Marco Polo.
I am myself.
Ah,
There's
If
no
you're-
way to be deep about that.
but isn't every man also his brother?
Oh, I think it'll work if you just grab someone. Grab me!
Group time.
That's right.
Arrow does a grapple check. Alex chooses to auto-fail. Arrow succeeds in grappling Alex and dispels the invisibility.
Funny.
Alex is now grappled by Arrow. He seems pleased by this.
Sweet. Okay, what did you find?
I found two rather disturbing creatures.
Where are these disturbing creatures?
They are the
Let's get out some pens and paper and draw a rough map. We
yes.
we draw a rough map.
So probably Alex draws a rough map.
Yeah.
The two creatures I saw were in the southeast corner here.
What were they?
I have never seen a creature such as these. They looked like worms writhing in midair with teeth and more teeth. I became very ill
Okay.
just by looking at them.
Any ideas, people? Color? Size?
The size was as
They're-
big as Gorum.
Yeah, fair enough. If someone wants to try Knowledge Planes,
I believe you're just singing my song.
it's a rough description, but you have a chance.
25.
What might do it? It's just enough information for you to identify them as Neo-Goth Clipoths. Clipoths are basically the inhabitants of the Abyss before demons were created. So they are ancient abyssal creatures that are very primal chaos and evil and destruction and corruption.
The hell are they doing here?
Hanging out.
Hanging
You
out.
don't know a lot about them, except that
They're nasty little buggers. And made of nope.
Yeah, very much. Are they intelligent, or are they kind of...
They are intelligent, like most outsiders. Even though they may look very primal and stuff, they still have an intelligence.
Okay, I'm going to go deal with
Clipoths
bad
in
people instead.
general. Clipoths in general are where are we here? Clipoths. You will know that Clipoths in general have an immunity to cold, mind-affecting effects, and poison. A resistance to acid, electricity, and fire.
Of course, their
Acid.
intestines, they'd have to be resistant to acid.
Electricity. They're resistant to acid, electricity, and what? Sorry.
And fire.
Fire. This is probably the stuff that Hal needs to hear, so we might want to wait a second.
All the fun elements.
Taking notes and we're...
Well, I'm trying to keep up. My hand doesn't write as fast. Sometimes electricity.
They're usually telepathic.
Thus the nausea.
And actually, they just have such horrific and mind-rending shapes that those who gaze upon them suffer all manner of ill effects.
So looking is bad.
Cthulhu!
Close your eyes and swing. Got it.
Cthulhu!
A little bit. So basically, Clipoths were the original inhabitants. Demons have taken over the place, but that's more sheer numbers. Clipoths in general, while they're less numerous, they're individually more powerful than demons on average, though as more souls
powerful than demons.
on average.
Which means that there's an off chance that they could be weaker than a demon.
Well, certainly there's more powerful demons and demon lords and stuff, but just it's sort of the average demon is less powerful than the average Clipoth.
Right, so they're the grizzly bears of the abyss.
Of course, at the same time, demons are more numerous. That's somewhat why Clipoths have gone to the very bottom of the abyss, where even demons fear to tread.
And now they're here. Great.
They want their own space, man. Personal space.
And yes, you don't know too much specifically about these Nyogoth other than those items. They
quite
kind
a lot
of
there to know.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving you the general for all Clipoth traits, so that's just the typical traits of a Clipoth. You're not getting much personal for what's specific to these ones.
Okay.
But those traits will be shared by any other Clipoth you identify, basically.
So it's a whole class of creature then.
Yes, just like there's demons and devils, there's Clipoth.
I keep expecting you're going to say clip art for some reason, and every time you don't say it, I'm confused. Clip art. Clip off.
The Nyogoth's role on the Abyss is that of a scavenger. Essentially mobile clumps of buoyant intestines. The writhing creatures squirt through the air in convulsive movements like an octopus gliding through water, and are constantly on the search for anything smaller than one of their many mouths.
Please tell me they don't propel themselves with blood or something.
They can subsist on the waste and filth left behind by other denizens of the Abyss, but particularly enjoy feeding on still living creatures.
Oh, joy!
But like every bad thing and every creature we've ever encountered ever, all in one thing.
Yes.
Despite
with teeth.
Despite their seemingly lowly role in the abyssal ecosystems, the Nyogoths are far from stupid beasts. Most are nearly as intelligent as the average human, and are capable of solving relatively complex problems when it comes to securing their next meal. As outsiders, Nyogoth do not need to eat to survive, yet this does not exempt them from hunger. A Nyogoth that goes longer than 12 hours without a meal becomes increasingly violent and erratic.
Grand.
Well.
I'm back. Sorry, I had to take the dog out.
Such a starving Nyogoth typically fights to the death without the prospect of food, when the prospect of food is available, and may even resort to self-cannibalism, drinking its own spurting digestive juices from its wounds in a nauseating display.
These things are like every bad thing that was ever invented all rolled into one thing, Hal.
Yeah,
So
they're pretty
if
bad.
we can get them to eat themselves, we're good shape.
Yes. We'll make them do that, and then...
Who's ever in charge of the sacking has been summoning much powerful help, apparently.
So I will just give you a heads up, Lindsay, that they will be immune to your mind-affecting spells and effects.
Okay, so
and
that's like...
hexes.
So slumber and those kind of things.
Slumber, evil eye. Misfortune is not mind-affecting, I believe.
Okay. Sounds about
just
right.
you might have to check the text. Several of yours are, but you do have some that aren't. But just keep that
But
in mind.
most of my spells will probably be okay-ish, right? My actual spells.
Your straight damage ones, yes, but you do have quite a few that are mind-affecting as well.
Yeah. I will keep that in mind.
Anyway, Juniper has basically been getting paler and paler as she's recalling more and more about these Neogoth.
Let's run away, run away.
The description is enough that even Alex is kind of getting pale at the prospect of potentially facing these things.
Is there any more of that Etten left?
We're going to get trade in some Etten.
I did see two entranceways on the ground level, however.
I mean, if there's a couple of these things just lurking around on the outside, what's the chances there's more on the inside?
Yeah, and they're already bad enough. Like, they're like things that you never want to see in your entire like existence. So if they're in something over there, we want to be in something this way, as far away as we can be.
Well, I mean, we need to go in there, right? We need to figure out where the shard is. So it's going to be inside there somewhere.
I would certainly suggest a long swig of your strongest alcohol before facing those two.
I don't know
Steady your nerves, of course.
I don't know whether these things can be faced by us.
So do we want to go in the postern
Can we
gate?
do anything to them?
I'm pretty certain we can beat the crap out of them. They'll take damage like anything else, right?
Well, they're immune to cold, poison, mind-affecting things, and they're resistant to acid, electricity, and fire. Telepathic. Looking at them is like the scariest thing in the world. They're like octopus intestine things, and they eat crap and living things, even though they don't need to.
And they're tougher than most demons.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and they're intelligent too.
Sounds awesome.
Or somewhat intelligent.
We cannot burn them. We cannot freeze them.
They're resistant, not immune to those things.
Yeah.
You could chop them into
okay.
small bits.
They are immune to cold. But the other ones are just resistances, which means you have to do more than the typical. An average campfire is not going to touch them, but...
Is there anything they're vulnerable to?
She only just got enough to identify them, so those are just the general traits. So the general clip-off does not have a particular vulnerability, no.
We'll just have to do the process of elimination. What process is left?
So do we want to take them on when we're fresh, or do we want to go in the back and avoid them for as long as possible? But if they're on the...
Well, there's nothing to say they're not going to find us if we fight nearby. They're not going to come wandering over, and that would be even worse than taking them on now. But then there's nothing to say if we start fighting them that something else isn't going to come on in.
Right, and there could be more nastier stuff further in.
True.
They could be lured out, possibly.
Maybe.
That might work.
Okay, so okay, that's I'm going with that. That's a good plan. How about we summon something and have it? We have 3 pigs. Hey!
Oh no, the pigs. Why do we have pigs again?
We found them in a giant's bag.
Are they alive?
Oh,
Yes, they were
Lockhart
alive.
didn't say they weren't.
I believe you said
I
they were
specifically said they were alive.
Yeah, they're alive.
I must have been too busy celebrating our victory to notice that we gained some pigs.
We have pigs. We're farmers now. Bless you.
Bless you.
Hey, Ruby Boo.
Oh, it burns.
What?
We blessed him. It burned him.
Oh, very good.
You being a smart Alec.
And I caught on to it. I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm still awake.
I keep bringing up the picture of that thing because I was like writing down the spelling of its name, and I keep looking up and it's there still, and I'm like,
Well,
go away.
Nyangad.
well, you were saying they're hungry, so if we want to lure them far away, we need somebody that's faster than them.
Something flying.
Or Arrow can run really fast. She could show
Can she
herself
run
and then
Fast
run away.
Lure them out of the castle.
She might be better at luring them than me flying up, because they're like suspended and flying in the air, right?
Does that do you happen to know the speed of these creatures?
They're flying, right?
Yeah. So
They're flying, but not very graceful.
wouldn't they find it more difficult to reach something that was like below them on the ground and small rather than me?
Well,
They're kind
intestinal
of mass
tentacles.
tentacles, so that's not much of an issue.
Okay.
It's exactly like a hentai.
So put on your best schoolgirl skirt, run up there, run back with them following you, and
That's right.
9 hills, no.
Oh no.
I'm just going to clarify.
I
There's
have a
about
loincloth,
400
thank you.
feet between here and this house.
That's what.
Yeah, we're going to need to reposition if we're planning on doing an ambush. We're not going to be able to lure them all the way over here.
No. How far out do we want to?
Well, we don't really want to fight them in the open here, because that's literally just like, we may as well walk forward and light a bonfire and have a brass band walk over.
Alright. Alright. So, that's why I was asking, what's your suggestion for where would be better?
I don't know.
so now they're then that corner tower.
Was there doors behind them? Did you see if they were open or closed?
I could not make that out. No, I'm afraid not.
It was
Juniper?
a hallway that was still somewhat choked with rubble and stuff. To say it simply, yeah, and entering into there is going to be much climbs, acrobatics, and/or difficult terrain stuff.
But I mean, we know where that is. Maybe we go in through the rear door, and we know they're there, and we kind of play that into what we're planning.
Yeah.
Or the overall map has a small outbuilding, it looks like, between that corner of the keep and the docks.
Could we do
We could
something?
reposition there.
Could we do
Well,
something where we're behind a
I-
building and
I
we
just-
look through?
I just want to clarify.
What's that?
Oh,
What's that tower in the water again? And can we get into it?
It's a tower that's built out of the water. It rises some 40 feet or something.
And it connects to the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And can we get into it?
Enclosed
Wow.
walkways.
Can you get into it?
I don't know. He said a glass. Well, it has glass. We can get into it. Whether we want to come bursting in through the glass window is another matter.
I had a plan.
What's your plan?
We go and scout out a suitably appropriate building. We make an escape route out the back of the building. We get whoever's luring them to lure them into the building. They escape out of the little thing in the back, and then we've got them trapped in the building, and then we can fight them from, like, both sides.
It's a solid plan, except for all the buildings are about 400 feet from the castle.
Well, there's one that seems to be halfway between that and the docks on the
Where are you?
map that shows the Shard of Gluttony vision map.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the main map.
There seems to be a small shack or something halfway between them and the docks over near the water line or the cliff or whatever it is. So I assume
It's probably burnt down at this point, to be honest.
Okay.
Well, it was nearly a good plan.
So, right now, I mean, to get round to the back, all of us are going to have to be invisible or something.
Well, we could circle around the other side of the building where she didn't see a lot of
Anything.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So what, come down from the north, well, kind of creep around from the north side?
Yeah, come down through the graveyard or whatever.
Well, no. But go around the graveyard, come from that side. Creep
Yeah.
around the building.
In
You-
the
you-
postern gate or whatever.
Arrow did walk through the graveyard already.
Okay, yeah, but as invisibleness.
It
Okay.
has horribly desecrated that place.
I mean, the other option is we can fly in and come in at an upper level.
I'd rather save that for fleeing if we need to.
True.
do we need to just try and bypass them for now?
That's what we're thinking. We're thinking about going in through this back door and kind of dealing with whatever's in there and knowing where they are.
Maybe a reasonable thing right now.
Yeah, I'm betting they're not the worst thing we're gonna find in here.
Okay, so why don't we just try kind of walking? I hate that idea. Oh, hang on.
It would be just our luck if more giants were in that place.
Because we've got to go all the way around that lumpy, sticky, outy bit to get to the back, right? So essentially what you're saying is we have to go around the graveyard. Are there any entrances in this external wall that can bring us in through the north side?
There's quite a few spaces where the wall's deteriorated and stone's been broken apart, as well as it's not the most difficult climb either.
So let's do that. Let's go all the way around the wall to the north where it meets the sea or whatever the heck that is, and then come across there, walk down the western side of the graveyard, and then come down on the back of the castle.
It does look like that big tree in back is reaching up over parts of the tower or whatever back there.
Well, I mean, once we get to the side there, we've got cover from the trees and stuff, so we should be okay. We can get to the actual door.
It seems solid.
What do we think? Is that a plan?
Yep.
Let's do it, people. We're going to go all the way around. You know what we're doing, Lockhart. We're going to go around to the north, creep down past the graveyard, and kind of come on down. I mean, it's going to be difficult for us to sneak, but, you know, I'll turn my clothing a nice neutral color. Still stylish.
Of course.
All right.
Keep telling yourself that.
Does everyone want to make me stealth checks then?
More than anything.
Oh boy.
What are we on thing? -4, did we say last time?
I think that was right. -4, -5. I think it's -4.
-4. Hey, I got +2.
I got a 19.
Try wearing my armor. See how you do.
I also need to pee.
Hooray!
So, I suppose Alex will still have her heroism on, because heroism has an amazing duration. Does anyone else want a heroism on them?
Yes.
What does it do?
Makes us heroic.
I would never turn away heroism, but
The spell imbues a single creature with great bravery and morale in battle. The target gains a +2 morale bonus on attack rolls, skill checks, attack rolls, saves, and skill checks.
Nice.
Does it help if it's something that specifically can scare us?
Yeah, it's a save bonus.
Okay.
It's a save.
Can it be done on more than one of us? Or is
She
it just...
can, it's a level 2 spell for her. She currently has 3 level 2 slots left, and 4 level 3 slots she could also use to cast it.
Okay. Is it a reasonable use of resources?
It's up to you guys. To cast it on everyone, we'll use quite a lot of her higher level spell slots.
Is it worth casting it on then, like, half of us? Because
I would at the very least cast it on Gorum. We need him in the fight. And potentially on the archer. We need her in the fight.
I did run away from the Black Rider a couple times.
Yeah, Gorum's a bit crappy on the will save front, which is, I'm guessing, what's...
Oh, is it will saves?
I don't know. I mean,
it's all saves.
Yeah, but it bonuses to all saves, but...
But what would that thing, like, what would it be?
If it's fear, it'd probably be will.
You don't know.
Okay, well, we're having a conversation.
It probably would be a type of save.
Hey, it's a type of save.
Where are our saves on?
Your defenses probably?
Oh, there we go.
I'm stealthy-ish for me.
What, Gorum?
Quite stealthy. I rolled Alex's. Alex got good stuff.
Yeah, my will's fine. I'm good. I'm happy to do that.
Alex got the best stealth in the party.
Well, if I do what I did yesterday, it was kind of a staying back out of the way and buffing people up and upsetting people from afar. So
And taking a few keen opportunities to use your spells there.
yeah,
Appeared to work pretty well.
superhero support.
Actually, for that matter, I know usually you have a few slots open. Did you want to re-prepare any spells before you trekked out in your empty slots?
The only one I actually used so far has been Enlarge Person and Lightning Bolt. So
Yeah, most of the rest of it was hexes.
Yeah, everything is. All my open slots are still open, and they're still.
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering if you want to. I don't know exactly how many open slots you have, but if you want
I
to
have pretty much at least one at every level.
prepare things to replace things used, if you want another lightning bolt on hand.
Do I
or
have
if
to do
you-
that in advance? Will it? Does it?
Yes, it
Oh,
takes
okay.
about 10 minutes to refill your slots.
Okay. Now I understand why you're
Current time,
asking.
not it's
So
from-
yes, I will do that then. I'll replace the 2 that I used yesterday.
It's still the same day, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes, we played yesterday. Yes. Okay, and any additional ones you'd want to? I mean, see, here's the thing where you guys have actually done scout things, so you have a little bit of info if you happen to have some spell that was more appropriate for these guys or not. But yeah.
Let's see.
Kill evil gribbly monster.
So,
Well, I mean, it's knowing that they're outsiders and stuff like that. So.
So like
That's
your
good,
Archon's aura might actually be nasty.
at level 6, I've only got 1 that I can take, and I haven't specified whether I take transformation or summon monster, which would be better right now.
Probably the way you're playing may well summon monster. Just
That
because.
wasn't like a getting at me thing, was it?
No, transformation makes you a combat creature basically. I mean, it's good as kind of the final spell when you run out of everything and you're like, let's go hit some stuff. But the way you seem to be playing it with the hexes and stuff, you're more of a kind of standing back and dealing spells from afar kind of thing. And I believe it's only a personal one, so you can't cast it on other people.
Correct.
Would anybody benefit? I've got 1 mage armor ready. Would anybody else benefit from mage armor?
Oddly enough, Arrow would. Arrow possibly would because she doesn't wear regular armor.
Okay, so I've got 1 there, and I've got a spare 1 that I can either have in mage armor, ear-piercing scream,
What?
unseen servant, obscuring mist, or enlarged person. Nope, I've got all my slots. I'm lying. Because I've got an extra ear-piercing scream already.
Okay.
Stealthiest of spells.
But yes, for the record, if you were to cast Mage Armor on Arrow, it would boost her AC by 2.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
And it does have a long duration, so you may want to have that as a regular part of your operating procedure, is casting Mage Armor on Arrow.
Alright. Does touch of does stabilize do anything significant?
It's a cantrip, so not much.
Okay.
But basically, it will stabilize a creature that's dying to prevent them from rolling lower and losing and bleeding out and stuff.
Okay. And I've got a web, an invisibility, a sea invisibility, and an empty slot for either blindness, glitter dust, web, or invisibility.
So are we, sorry, just side thing, are we officially casting Heroism on Gorum?
I would think that
Arrow?
would be wise.
Okay. Thing mark on your sheet, you are Heroismed for the next 90 minutes.
All right.
Okay. Alex is casting Heroism on Gorum and Arrow to help prepare them for the combat.
Awesome. And I'm casting Mage Armor on
Do you have a
Arrow.
spare Mage Armor? Usually you just use one on yourself, probably.
Okay, but if I'm planning on hanging back, it might be better just to have it on.
I mean, the thing is, though, normally as we've been playing it, you would have done that before you even approached the giant village and stuff.
Okay.
Because that's your major defensive buff.
Okay.
So, here.
Remind me if suggestion is any good.
Suggestion...
So it's going to be a mind effect thing. It's not going to do crap all, is it?
Not against the Clipoths, no.
So,
Heroism. Make a note of that. Arrow has it for the next 90 minutes. A +2 on attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks.
Okay.
Okay. Arrow officially just has one more second level spell slot left. But I think that's a good thing. She has Heroism on herself because she's not great.
Okay. Black Tentacles, Death Ward, or Volcanic Storm.
Tentacles.
All very nice options.
You've got some good spells.
I know, that's why I'm just I'm doing
Admittedly, the black tentacles might not be as effective against flying opponents.
Hmm.
But not all the opponents in here will be flying, I suspect. But some will.
True.
What does Death Ward do again?
Prevents against all negative
Death
levels and stat damage
Right.
from drain and stuff.
That's on one specific person.
I'm going to change my confusion to a death ward because.
You can't change them out right now.
Oh, okay.
You're just filling empty slots.
Okay.
You'd have to have a full 8-hour rest
Alright.
to change spells.
Because I didn't have anything marked. No, it's because I leave a spare thing in every one of them, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm going through and kind of.
And yeah, like I said, this is the time where you have some information. You'd fill some empty slots, possibly.
Yeah, that's my plan.
But unfortunately, the full switch over, you'd have to wait for another day. In
Okay.
which case, you can further tailor yourself to the threats you face. I enjoy you guys scouting and figure things out, though. So let's see. Did I pull? I was starting to pull tokens here. I'm just pulling them right on the top of the mini map. And
Yes.
if you wish to rearrange yourselves however you want, I assume you're approximately approaching from that direction.
Yeah, that seems fair. We're gonna. Oh, it doesn't look bad, to be honest. That Gorum needs to be towards the front a little more.
Does somebody want to arrange me approprially while I finish off playing with my spells?
Oh, I'll come down
Well,
here.
some of you are more stealthy than others. In general, there's no sound of alarm as you approach.
Alarm! Alarm!
How's that?
That is fine.
Everyone?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we are right now. Hang on.
Uh,
Oh, we're up there. Okay. I found us.
Human.
We're so tiny!
We are tiny.
It's a big map.
Need a big map. She must have gone far when she went trailing off. Hi, dog.
She loves the cardio.
I run like a horse.
As just a double move, which is a manageable jog for her, she can move 120 feet around.
That's a lot. Ruby just presented me with this, Hal.
What is that?
It's like a place card with your name on and some coloured dots.
I think that was on my floor. I think it fell off my table. Just wandered in with it and gone, here you go, mummy.
Yeah, it just was on the floor next to me. But the pencil I just dropped on the floor has somewhat mysteriously vanished.
Nice.
Dog, I think you're to blame. I have no pencil right now. I have no idea where it went.
Let's hope your dog didn't eat it.
Yeah, she kind
Because
of probably did.
that's gonna be some awkward poops.
It wouldn't be the first time.
And an intestinal discomfort.
Pugs are very, very good at eating dryer sheets and then regretting it and requiring some manual help from their human.
To remove it from the back end when they come back out.
And you can always tell, like, if you're ever at our house and you're ever with the dog, if she comes, like, scurrying into the house and she's kind of, like, looks really frightened and is kind of, like, trying to escape from her own bum, that's probably where the Klingon is.
It's funny. She'll be like, oh, what's going on?
And she'll come and find me and she'll just be, like, frozen in front of me, like, oh my god, help me right now! And it's actually hilarious. Sorry, dog.
Probably doesn't help the smell any, though.
Hey, my dog doesn't smell. Well, I don't know. She might do. Where is? I'm kind of concerned now because I really have lost the pencil I just dropped on the floor.
Was Ruby eating it? If we're going to be pulling that out the back end too.
Well, it was a kind of like a big full-sized one. Let me go and see if she took it off somewhere. Don't steal my headphones, dog.
Nom 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 nom.
It is! It's by the door! She's chewed the eraser off the end! You naughty dog! I only dropped it 2 minutes ago! Oh, you're so violent! Look! Look what she did!
Good work, Robe.
Bad dog!
Bad
No
dog.
dinner for you. Oh, you've already eaten. God damn it. You're gonna get such a squirting.
Such a squirting. Yours.
She sat here laughing at me.
She's just like,
Like the flying intestines squirting, or
yeah, just like that.
Intestinal bile.
Nobody thinks you're funny. Come here.
The dog thinks she's funny.
She's not sure whether I'm actually cross or like faux cross, so she's just keeping a distance till I decide. Apparently. You're so funny. Come here. It's okay.
All right. So
It's okay.
you have made your approach to the northern wall. Like, as you see, the building you're standing by is where there is just a skeletal frame of an upper floor that's been burnt completely, and the lower sandstone has just been blackened horribly from smoke and flames.
They still have arrow slits through this side too, and everywhere.
There actually is no arrow, not a lot of arrow slits approaching, but there are a few of them.
Okay.
Hello. It's okay. I was
Not a lot of
pretend
windows.
bad.
There's an arrow slit here if you
I
want.
was only pretend bad dog.
They designed it defensively, at least that way.
Arrow slit here if you wish.
We do seem to go on about arrows slit quite a lot.
Well,
That
I mean,
we do.
if
They're-
they're designed for defense, they may have traps or guard rooms near the
I
postern
I
gate,
see what
so.
you did there, Lindsay. I saw it.
And saying the world's biggest pervert. Totally passed him by.
Being the world's biggest pervert.
Wasn't that like his ringtone once? Me saying something about him being rude.
He is the world's biggest pervert.
The thing is the pervious thing, I believe she said. Yes.
That's funny.
And that was your ringtone. It's ridiculous.
So probably the second genitalia joke of my characters so far, I think.
Do we do it first?
It's always nice to have
Hello.
some genitalia joke.
Poor Jenna Taylor.
You
I know,
play long enough with this
she
group and everyone's
works at
genitals
work.
are fair game for
Dang.
jokes.
Do you have somebody at work called that?
Yeah, Jenna Taylor. She's called Jenna Taylor. She works for communications, so every week she'll send out emails, and it makes me chuckle every single time.
And is she like wise to it, or is it something?
I don't know. I've never met her. She just
Oh,
sends me
okay.
emails, and I'm like, hee hee hee.
I would struggle to meet her and not laugh. Sorry.
I'm like,
Don't introduce me to her.
hee 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 is what I say.
All right. So, how does the party proceed? What are you?
Do I want to cast anything in advance of us going in? Is there any benefit to me doing that?
The main thing would be buffs with long durations. Heroism, for example, lasts 90 minutes at current, so it's a very long-term buff.
Okay.
Mage armors, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, mage armor would be again. That's we've typically been done it where when you're getting into combat zones, you're casting ahead because yours lasts 11 hours.
Yeah.
At least that's the usual understanding. I can't. You've prepared your spells.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else in particular.
So, Arrow is mage armored, right?
No, because you only have one prepared today, right?
Yeah. But I said I would cast it on her instead of me.
Well, the
Can I
thing
do
is,
that?
though, you would have cast on yourself before the giant combat.
Oh yeah.
theory.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That's the problem with like a continuous day.
Yeah, no, that's right.
It's hard
It's
for
just-
bookkeeping.
Next time you prepare your spells, we'll just try and remind you, and if you want to do that going forward, that's something that will be going forward.
Right.
It's a nice little AC boost that will last for hours on Arrow normally.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as we don't get by dispels, it's
I aim to
all
please.
day.
Oh, yeah, so that's the thing. You're getting to levels where things can be dispelled. Damiir is particularly vulnerable to dispels.
Yes, I am. Well, actually, less vulnerable now. I have actual magical armor.
True.
Yeah.
And actual magical weapons, really, to fall back on.
Yeah, I guess I do actually have magical weapons. I don't actually have to rely solely on my magic.
Okay, yeah. What you doing? You're in control. Currently,
Hooray!
Abby is non-responsive to your approach.
When we're going to aim to head down towards that door, then should we keep down, kind of walk close to the wall, and kind of skirt it as we head forward?
Did Arrow reappear, or did she choose not to? Yeah.
Yes, we discussed that. She did a grapple to hug Alex and then
Okay.
reappear.
Well, I knew that we said that. I didn't know if it was like an official
It's as good as any.
declaration.
It's
As
as
it
good
were.
as any.
Well, I mean, if you want to do something, but you don't actually want to cause damage to something, a grapple, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Prepare for rear entry.
Nope, 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 nope.
Nope, 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 nope.
That was Ruby,
That's funny.
not me.
So yeah, if you want to move your tokens down to where you're investigating,
We're gonna go to the wall there, Lockhart.
okay, you guys can group and move your tokens.
Shall we just kind of creeping down by the wall?
Yeah, somebody can be in control of moving
I
me
thought we were
from
going the other way.
the
What? I thought we were heading for the door. What?
That's the front door.
Back door.
Back door? Where the hell did we come to the front door? When was that ever a plan?
Well, I didn't. There was multiple plans being discussed, so.
Oh no, my understanding was with Hal that you were creeping down past the graveyard to the back door.
Okay.
I thought that was the plan. That was the
It
purpose.
was the plan, probably. I'm just saying it's.
Why
it's
did
easy.
arrow just fly across the map?
Oh, Heather, Hal's moving as a group.
What?
I was struggling.
There you are. So do you want
I
us to
can't
continue
wait.
moving, Lockhart?
Yes. Feel free.
So we're continuing moving, and we're looking at the castle and all of our surroundings and everything.
Okay. Like I said, there is an arrow slit here.
Okay, we'll
One
creep
here.
we'll creep underneath the arrow slits. How high are they?
They're fairly high up.
So we'll pass below them if possible, keeping low, keeping quiet as possible. We're wandering along.
Because I imagine the base floor of this is probably an extra foot itself.
I'm gonna say the base of the castle. Wandering through.
And you would want arrow slits to be at a higher vantage point because they don't.
We do,
see
because you don't
focus
want
on
people to
down.
like stick like spears through them and shit, do you?
Yeah, yeah. So
So
Too much good material just being wasted.
you're funny.
so there's some rather
Crazy.
large trees back here that
So-
apparently are fading into brown as fall approaches.
This big tree we're next to, it looks like its branches are actually reaching over the top of the wall there.
It is. This small section here doesn't have a second floor to it. It's just approximately a 20-foot high stone building that's roofed off at the top.
So they were rather complacent, and they weren't clearing the area behind the castle for the wall, at least.
Well, there's only a few branches peeking over. The tree itself would then have to be 20 foot high as well.
Hmm.
Hal, can you remember the rainbow rhyme?
Which one?
The one that Lauren uses? Roy G. Okay, I remember it.
It's Richard of York gave battle in vain.
Okay, Richard. That's where I was going wrong.
That's a cool one.
Thanks.
Lauren, the bride, is having a rainbow-themed wedding, so I'm currently sat here custom dyeing with Sharpie a whole range of appropriately rainbow-coloured backing things to bead onto. And I couldn't remember the order, and it didn't look right.
But, yes, if Thing was mentioning them getting complacent, the simple fact is this is an abbey, and while it is certainly developed with some defensibility in mind, it's with only 5 priests. Its readiness as a battle station has probably been fairly lax over the years.
Right.
Yeah, and whoever arrived here did not arrive with a small force of to take the abbey, though. They came with giants and squiggly bits.
Tigers and bears, oh
Caps.
my.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Menagerie. Abyssal creatures.
None of you lot saw the bear. Oh, don't matter.
What?
I was going to say something, but it was out of game, so it doesn't matter.
Out of game.
So just work our way down to the postern gate.
Yeah, if you wish.
We work our way under the trees.
Roy G. Biv.
Are us.
What?
Trees. They are us.
What does that mean?
Where did the party go? Oh,
Where
someone
did-
move them down where you want them to be.
I think we're heading towards the corridor I found. So.
Done.
Again, a 15-foot-high vaulted passage runs through a gap between the western buildings of the abbey here. Both the outer and inner doors at the ends of the passage hang partially open.
Hmm. So, any traps or anything up in here?
Ooh,
Alex?
let me check.
Yeah, lead ahead a little bit, but be careful.
Be very
So
careful.
Where are you wanting her checking for traps?
Let's check this door and the whole corridor thing going on.
So the door?
Let's just do the corridor as a whole. I'll be right behind her.
Okay. So she's there, peering into the corridor, checking the door out.
And we'll follow her. As will Gorum.
Yes.
Would it be worth detecting
Definitely
magic?
believe there's signs of some sort of magic trap at the middle of the corridor.
Really?
A magic trap in the middle of the corridor.
Just lost arrow.
Yes.
Oh no!
Zooming in a bit. Hang on.
Can't you see those faint shimmers in the air there?
No.
And how there's those small slightly grayer dots on the ground?
I cast detect magic.
Aren't they dead mosquitoes?
There is a magical aura coming from the hallway.
I review it and understand it in a deep, meaningful fashion.
Glyph of petrification.
Spellcraft check.
I can do that. I have it. It is something that is in my purview to do.
You forgot a stylish fashion as well.
Exactly right.
Where are we? I've lost us again. I can't.
32?
Round the back.
Okay,
Yeah. We're coming in the rear entrance.
Said the vicar to the prostitute.
Never do that thing. Never ever.
Did he just thrust?
Yes.
No.
He did the noise.
I went temporarily deaf. I didn't hear anything.
It's for the best.
Okay. Yes. You actually can't quite identify it, but by looking at it, you're able to tell that it is from the Abjuration School of Magic. And with Detect Magic, you're able to see a faint symbol in the air.
No, great. I'll try not to read it, but look at it anyway. Do we think it's some kind of rune?
You would have already kind of seen it by just
Okay.
looking at it.
But
It would be something you'd have to use Read Magic to fully know.
I'll discuss with Alex. I'll say that with Detect Magic, I can see that there is a rune in the air. We'll talk about the type of magic. Do I have any idea what kind of rune it is, or would I literally have to read it?
Yeah, you kind of have to use Read Magic to properly identify what it is.
Being aware of magic and its how it works, is using Read Magic to read a rune going to activate the rune?
If looking at it at this distance hasn't activated it, using Read Magic won't activate it as well.
But it's not. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll use Read Magic.
Basically, the concentration and you've been using it already would have been sufficient to set it off if it was activated by being read.
Then I will read it.
Do you have Read Magic as a cantrip?
Oh, I don't know whether I do actually. Yes, I do. Ha ha ha! Check that. Yes.
All right. Do you have a Knowledge Arcana check?
No. No, I don't. I don't have Arcana. I'm an Oracle.
You're able to see it very, very clearly. You do not know what this spell means.
So can you sketch it out for our arcane woman? Does
Yeah,
she
can I
have
draw
arcane?
it?
Do you have some sort of profession check that would make you skilled with that?
How complicated is it? It's a rune. It's like 3 lines together.
It's an arcane rune.
Juniper,
Yes, I can do
Three
that.
lines in 6
cast
dimensions.
Detect Magic in that room, and then cast Read Magic on the rune, and see if you can identify it with your Arcana.
Does she even have read magic? She
Have
doesn't
Read Magic?
Do you have it?
spellbooks.
I have
She can go straight to read magic.
I have detect magic as a spell.
Do you have read magic as a spell?
I don't appear to.
Alex
I
appears to have it.
I have detect magic and dispel magic.
Awesome.
So,
Alex has read magic and rolls a 25 on her knowledge arcana check.
Good.
I think that's a glyph of warding.
I have Arcana though. Hang on.
You don't have read magic prepared.
But I
I
have
think that's a glyph of warding. A blast glyph, if I'm not mistaken.
Can we get round it or disable it?
Spell
It's proximity based. Simply put, avoiding it would avoid it.
So you mean not passing down the corridor?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it on the whole corridor, the floor,
But-
the...
What if we threw a rock?
No, it's based on living creatures.
So if we send a pig in there, it'd go off.
But it's a blast, so it's going to make a noise, right?
Maybe. I can't tell much more about it.
I'm
It
guessing
could be
it's...
acid, or it could be cold, or it could be fire, or it could be electricity, or it could be a big vibrating blast. One of those. Definitely one of those.
Superb.
They can also be set very specifically, and sometimes they have passwords.
Amazing.
You're not deactivated?
Oh, no, I could definitely try that. I might be able to subtly adjust it to give us an exemption to pass by it. Or just make it non-functional.
Sounds great. I have faith in you, Alex.
Can you see the glyph?
Alex has both read magic and detect magic,
So she can.
and she had the perception to find it in the first place.
How confident are you?
She thinks back to the last time this was asked.
Have you ever done this before? I mean,
You've never let her do it before.
okay, you can give it a try, but be very careful.
Okay.
So
Good luck,
Alex
Alex.
moves to the middle there.
Now we'll find how good of spellcasters they are in this guy's employ.
Hang fire. Let's see if we can do anything to help.
Alex will spend a round of luck.
Excellent.
As this is a theme show, hopefully Damiir will finally trust her abilities.
I'll cast guidance.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think guidance works because disabling device is a multi-round thing.
Oh, is it not just a skill check?
Well, it's usually multi-rounds. Is guidance not for a one-round duration?
It's 1 minute or until discharged, so
Fair enough.
it applies to a single check. It doesn't actually say it's a duration thing.
Fair enough.
So I guess with guidance over a long period, as long as it's a single check action, you'd be good.
It takes less than a minute.
Unlike climbing, where you'd get it on your first one and then you'd be buggered for the next one.
Because that +1 makes all the difference.
Well, hey, it could make all the difference. Let's not lie here now.
So currently she's +26 to her disabled device. Are we happy with that?
Good. Maybe? See what
Going
else.
once.
Hang on.
Going
hang
twice.
On, hang on. Oh, it's just me. Shame.
Alex
I have no
disabled.
Woo! Let's do this thing.
Wait, that doesn't seem right.
Looks good to me.
Okay, so I'm +5 to this, so that's a 30.
Fingers crossed.
So Alex fiddles around with it a little bit. And
It's still there.
What does that mean?
She says after she casts detect magic.
Did you try to get rid of it, or were you trying to reprogram it?
I was trying to get rid of it because that's a bit easier. Do
Okay.
we want to try and reprogram it? I can try doing that.
Well, no, getting rid of it will be sufficient, but what happened? Did it not?
I didn't quite get it.
Okay.
I think. Unless it's something completely different.
Lovely. I didn't quite get it, I think. My favorite thing to do.
Retry until it blows up in her face, or we.
Let's give it one more try. Cast guidance on her again.
Okay, and she, let's see, does she have to spend another thing of luck? Let's see, disable a magic trap, time varies, disabling. How long does it take? Yeah, so you'd have to spend another round of luck. So, Alex uses another luck. And we'll attempt to disable again.
Come on. We can do this.
Okay.
Apparently we might not be able to do that.
That's a 32. And Alex looks around for a moment, casts a detect magic and concentrates very thoroughly. I got it! It's gone!
Excellent. Good work.
She beams and smiles. Aren't you proud of me, Damiir? See, I was able to do it.
Congratulations. Good work. All right, let's proceed slowly. Is that a closed door ahead of us?
It's slightly open, but not very.
Awesome. Okay. Let's move up.
If you keep doing it, I'll keep spraying you. Nobody better report me to Puppy Protection Services because I'm spraying her.
Alex, may you check this door for us, please?
All right.
I guess as long as you're not dousing her with piping hot water or something, I think you're safe.
It's regular old, come out of the tap lukewarm because it's Texas water.
I think there's a pug.
Slightly salty water.
I tried to run a coldish shower earlier, and the coldest the water got was like tepid tea temperature.
Yeah, it's awful. I hate that. Cleaning your teeth in warm water's just awful.
You guys make coming there to visit you sound so appealing.
But we know you're never gonna, so...
Yeah, it's true. You're never coming here, thing, are you, really?
Well, Houston has regular trees. My area has mesquite trees around its water source, so...
It has what? Oh, mesquite, yeah.
We have great big Douglas firs and whatnot, you know.
the mesquite trees makes our water salty. It's
trees
sad.
That's interesting. Ours smells and tastes vaguely of bleach every so often when they pour like a bunch of chlorine in the water tower.
Yeah.
Texas is awesome, everybody.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Challenging.
Alex indicates that she doesn't hear anything beyond the door.
Is it trapped?
Nope.
Locked?
Nope. Look, it's hanging open.
Okay, step back and let Gorum and I go in first.
They probably wanted it open so we'd try and walk in and sit off the cliff.
That's possibly the plan. Come on, Gorum, let's take a look inside of here.
That'd be really paranoid to cliff and then trap.
No, that would be the kind of dungeon we would create.
Well, yeah, I said really paranoid.
Okay, so your Damiir and Gorum are opening up the door here.
Yep.
Teamwork.
Okay.
Feel the teamwork, Lockhart. Feel
Let
it.
me see how much I'm going to reveal here. I get to reveal quite a lot, to be honest.
Teamwork makes the dream work, everybody. Don't forget.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That's funny.
So you're essentially opening up into a very, very large courtyard.
Oh, okay, so we're actually in the courtyard at the back. That's interesting. So this whole thing's open then?
And is the lighthouse coming out of the center of the building then? Out of like this courtyard?
Just.
Or is it
give
that
me-
part out in the
God,
water?
it's big.
I'm just kind of figuring out. I'll reveal just a little bit more here.
Don't be shy. Take as much off as you feel comfortable doing.
It is
Terrifying.
That was disturbing.
Terrifying. Also
That was my
terrifying.
Renfield impression.
Terrifying.
You're weird.
Not many scary things I can pull off. I'm too cute for scary, apparently.
I can only do slightly creepy when I'm playing like conjoined twins, then I turn around and start answering everything as we.
Okay, I think that's a pretty good revelation for now, as you're just back there. Probably more than I have to. So, this area, and you have to excuse me because I'm not quite sure this is quite made for approaching from the back, so apologies if this is a bit off on the description. This large, stone-paved courtyard is dominated by a 150-foot tall tower constructed of pure white marble. Other than a set of white double doors set at the tower's base, the structure's walls present no windows or openings except for at the peak, which is constructed after the fashion of a lighthouse. The immaculate tower makes a stark contrast with the devastated appearance of the courtyard, whose pavement slabs are cracked and disconnected on the south and covered with ash and soot to the northwest, where the great thatched roof of the guest house was consumed by a huge fire.
Cool.
That's
Got
a bit
some
extra
protections
to add
on
on
it?
there, but so this area you're coming out from actually has a small balcony from the floor above it, which is why there's those pillars there.
Uh-huh.
So the
that's
balcony,
good.
the balcony just it's from the floor above, so it's about 20 feet above you. It just extends to the edge of where those pillars are, basically, in a rectangle from there.
That's
I can
good.
draw it on if you don't think that's sufficient.
No, we're good. We're good. So we're covered essentially coming in here. So this is not a bad entrance to come in through.
Yes.
We have a little cover from above.
So that's all you can see right now. If you want to scooch forward, you might see more details of where the walls turn into doors around the courtyard. But yes, that is what you see right now. What do you do?
We scooch to here and look around for baddies.
Honestly, at that point, it's pretty much the same thing you're seeing. Make me stealth checks, and then we'll follow with perception checks.
Baddies.
And listen checks. And
Perception covers everything now.
4.
I should also say at this point, as this has now gotten into proper noon, there is the murmur of wind that can be heard clearly through most of the structure here. It's almost as though there's some part of the construction of the building that's specifically making this wind sound to it.
Like a wind song, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Oh.
They fluted the Abbey, and that's how it got its friggin' name.
So just so you're aware, you don't have to worry about this on your rolls. I'll take it into account. But for perception checks, especially those based on sound, you're at -2 from this extra noise, basically. So, Gorum's stealth is 4, Damir's stealth is 14, Juniper's stealth is 9, Arrow does not have a stealth yet. Sorry, actually, technically Gorum's is 6. Keep me honest on that heroism. Write it down.
Oh, that's right.
I am pretty stealthy for me.
Definitely a role-playing character trait and not a HAL trait.
I know, tell me about it.
Alex gets stealth of 18.
Do you remember me?
Arrow
waking
is
you up
very,
last
very
night?
stealthy with a 31.
Can't hear you, Bo.
Don't matter.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It was a non-game thing.
On game.
So they hear a single half-orc walk into the building.
Actually, the most of the party's stealth is not great.
Oh. Because we're up against the giant ear, the relative of the beholder. Instead of an eye, it's just an ear, surrounded by stalks on which there are ears.
That's a
Very
corny
sensitive
monster.
drums.
Three of the party got below 15 on their stealths. Just saying. Alex didn't fare much. Well, no, I guess she fared a little better. But anyway. Okay. Again, just where you are standing, you don't see much extra.
Then Alex sneezed.
Favoritism.
What do you mean Alex sneezed?
No, because their stealth wasn't that great.
Hers all an 18 in comparison to other people's.
Mhm.
Like you, it was your words, not mine.
Well, then you wanted perceptions?
No, if you're doing perception, but again, with Alex's perception of 35 and Arrow's
Hey, we're all going to participate here.
Arrow's 35 currently haven't found anything.
And my
20,
heroism
25
was,
is definitely not finding
cancels
anything.
that. 34, yeah.
Wow. That's
Good
including
work,
your heroism?
Well, I assume that's offset by the +2 for the or the -2
True.
for the
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah. You're mine. So, yeah, you're not perceiving anything extra at this moment. Well, let's see here. Actually, you probably are. My apologies. There's lots of open doorways and stuff here.
Weirdly, my dry erase marker thing will tick every part of this plastic sheet apart from one column of spells, and it just won't do anything on that column of spells at all.
Nice.
Like there's something on the sheet or the pen, like it's haunted or something.
Okay.
Oh, now it's doing it.
There is a bit of a rather smell of sick coming from the passageway to in front of you to your south, as well as the most keen-eared of you thinks you can hear a rather deep, guttural groan.
From where?
The south, past that rubble around the corner.
I think that's probably where we're heading anyway, isn't it? Okay, so the party will take one small quiet step up to there, and we will take a look around the corner.
Okay.
Where was that? Oh.
All right. Just revealing some of the room.
Ooh, there's a thing. What is it?
There appears to be an Etten standing in the room. As you kind of are peering downwards, there's a bit of a high-pitched and gruff voice from the balcony above you that says, "Wake up, you two-headed stupid oafs! There are some enemies coming in! Jump to it now!"
Oh crap, he's Scottish.
Scottish
Worst
perhaps?
Scottish accent ever.
Kind of Scottish.
It's like there's a moose loose about the house.
That's right.
It was about that level, right?
Do we want to get into what? I'm just trying to put your energy levels here against going a full combat or pick this up next time.
Is it going to be a combat that's going to go on longer than like the next 30 minutes or so? Because that 12 seems to be the...
I really don't know at this level. I really don't. But the enemies outnumber you. I'll say that.
Hooray!
So this is probably gonna take more
So we
than
got
a
the
minute.
Etten and
I
whatever is
don't
around.
have a job. I don't have to get up in the morning, and I already didn't sleep one night, so...
You guys were saying
It's-
that you were tired. It might be a shorter session. I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Well, it's up to Hal. He has to get up earlier than me, so...
I'm good. If it rolls on forever, we can call it mid-combat if needs be.
I don't like doing that.
I know you don't, but we'll see how it goes.
It's a good cliffhanger. You'll still get experience for the trap.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'm going to be like probably wanting to nod off in a half an hour or so.
You big wussbag.
It's a good cliffhanger moment, and then we'll be fresh and ready to jump into it.
I get up 6 hours after that.
Wussbag.
All right.
Hal's saying that, and he's already came home and had a nap.
It's true, I did have a nap. Let's not lie. There was a nap that was had.
I am going to enjoy when the time change happens, and I'm on your time again.
Yeah.
So I get an extra hour before games to prep and/or nap.
Nap.
Yes.
got a nap.
We'll, in fact, we'll end it with me being nice and showing the full description of the room, and
There's a good idea.
It's probably better we don't start a battle if it's going to be a few weeks till we
Oh, okay.
get together again.
yeah, because that's the other thing is
Because we'll forget.
Oh, awesome, more two-headed bastards.
Is that an Etin that doesn't look like the other Etins?
Or a giant, or
that is indeed an Etin that doesn't look like the other Etins.
Ah.
Is that a female?
named that.
No. An elaborate fresco depicting a banquet shared by many deities of Galarion decorates the four walls of this dining hall. The refectory is in complete disarray, with smashed tables and chairs and all kinds of cutlery and crockery scattered here and there amid loads of dirt and rubbish. At the strangely accented squeaky voice from above, several of the Etins turn towards you. They look a bit queasy and a bit blue around the gills.
Okay.
And there is one of them in particular that looks better equipped than the others.
So we got one named one, 3 regular Ettins, and some number of probably red caps of a Cobgog.
Cobcog.
This Etin carries a properly crafted battle axe and pick and armor, though only
Nice.
one head bears a helmet. The other one has bandages thoroughly wrapped over his skull.
I wonder what happened to that guy.
Lost the argument.
Yeah, got bashed in by the other guy.
And we will leave it there for now. A cliffhanger. And yes, especially it's probably a good idea to stop now instead of mid-battle when we're not going to be able to play for 2 weeks here. So.
True.
To be continued.
2 weeks.
Mwah, mwah.
Okay, say goodbye, y'all.
Wait,
Bye,
you did a
y'all.
little experience.
wait,
You didn't get a little experience.
Yeah, I almost forgot.
My bad.
It's not a lot,
Boo.
but it's a little bit. It's not a lot.
Boo.
The Greater Glyph of Warding.
Mm.
Challenge rating 9 trap. 6,400 experience
Yay! Some
Four.
experience.
is 1,600 each.
Wow. So 1,600 puts us at 207779.
Just hang on a second here. Let Heather get her sheet open to write that down.
Mine
What's
always
our
makes
new
me
total
stubborn.
now?
207779. Close.
77779.
12,000 and change it will be.
207779.
Yep.
Two zero three sevens 19.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
0.
Thank you, Lockhart. Say bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
It's very sweet.